I'm seeing my first bear. So I don't know if you can see him now. Now that I've come down a little bit, that was really exciting. Watch what I'm walking.
Welcome to Enjoy Nature, where I bring you along on my adventures and share the sights with you in the hopes that it will inspire you to also get out there and enjoy nature.
All right, I'm alive. Made it to the first night. Didn't sleep too bad. The whippoorwills were up in the middle of the night. Wish I could have recorded those for you. I did a time lapse, but it doesn't have audio. I need to do a morning time lapse too, because the bird sound was just amazing this morning. But yeah, they got me up early, so it's probably 8 o'clock by the sun. A couple of hands above the horizon, so gets up at 6. It's probably about 8. Time to get up and see what the day has to hold.
I'm seeing my first bear. I thought I heard you down here, bro. Thought I heard you down here last night. You go on, do your thing, I'll do mine. Yeah, just sitting down there. He's not leaving, so I think I'm gonna head on up this way. I wish I had a better camera. There's no way you can see him. But he's maybe 100 yards from me right now. Wow, that's my first time seeing a bear. I was just walking down to the canoe landing and scared the shit out of him, so he jumped and went taking off through the brush. And so I stopped and I was like, holy crap, that's a bear. But he only went about 10 foot and then stopped and started looking back at me. So if he took off all the way, I would have gone on down to the landing. But as much as I've been out in the woods, I haven't had a lot of bear encounters. That's my first actual time seeing a bear in the woods. And forgot to bring my bear spray with me, which is kind of shitty. And then it's early spring too, so they're hungry. It's still at starving time. So I'm just gonna play it safe and go to a different part of the park. So I don't know if you can see him now. But it's right down there by that tree. See, there we go, he's moving. Yep. Yeah, he came up a little bit. It's hoping to get down there. It doesn't look like he's too inclined. Wonder what it's eating down there. now that I've come down a little bit, that was really exciting. That like scared the piss out of me because it was maybe 50 feet away from me when I spooked it, and it ran and I ran. Like I didn't really run because I didn't like, but I was like, holy shit, what's that? And I grabbed my camera, and then when I saw it was a bear, I started backing up a little bit. But wow. Check this off on what day is today? Is it the 6th of May? I think 2021. My first bear sighting, 44 years old, first bear sighting. Yeah. And I'll tell you, if you're out with like a group of people, it wouldn't really be anything, but when you're out here completely by yourself and you don't have any real means of protecting myself, I don't have a sidearm or a bear mace. Not that you need them for a black bear, but especially when you don't have any experience, it certainly makes you feel more comfortable. And that's why most people bring that stuff with them, is just so that they feel more safe in the woods. And I get that. It's going to be a little interesting going for a hike now. I always know they're out there. I've always known they're out there, but now seeing one and just seeing how close you can get to it before it even realizes you're there, I might make a little bit more noise on the trail. What are these little dudes up to? Oh, go ahead, it's fine. Sorry, interrupted their little games. The chipmunk games. So the old Nomad 20 by Goal Zero, it's working out pretty good. This battery we only had one bar or one dot this morning when we started. It's been about 4 hours and it's not completely charged, but it's up to 4 bars now. So I'd say we did pretty good. I think it only took 4 hours or so to put, I don't know, 3/4 of a charge on it. So pretty happy. So I'm actually kind of bummed. I want to come down here and just show you how close this was. I mean, there's the car. Just to show you how close this bear was to camp. This is maybe 100 yards from camp, maybe, because I'm pretty close to the boat launch. But I want to go down and see if there's any tracks too. And it's been an hour or more, and I drove down because I'm really bummed. I spent another 5 or 10 minutes filming it and even did some narrative because I wanted to stay until I wasn't scared anymore, and like just like give myself an opportunity to get over the fear. And so I sat there for a good 5 or 10 minutes just watching it, talked to it for a while, and then just looked at me a little bit, and then when I was convinced that it was moving the other way and that I could stay there and I didn't have to like hold my ground or anything, but I just wasn't afraid anymore, and I wanted to stay for that. And I got some really good footage of it too, but I missed it because these flies are bad. Because apparently I wasn't recording. In the heat of the moment with everything, I did not press record. So I want to come down and see if I can see any tracks, because I know right where it was and kind of where it went to. And I kind of really doubt I'll be able to see anything, but just as another part also of getting over the fear and just making sure that I'm feeling comfortable. These are the things that we experience within ourselves and the things that can hold some people back from getting outdoors. And so just bringing you along on my own personal journey, and not that this is going to work for everyone or the best technique or anything like that, but this is what I'm doing. And I'm being a lot more cautious because I got right up on it earlier and scared it. Because I'm down here, you know, there's where we came from. And I was walking down this way and I got over to about here or so, and I spooked it just right down in there. And it was, like I say, 50, maybe 75, probably only 50 feet away. That was pretty close, less than 100. But then when I came back, it was over here. Oh, and it looks like it was eating fiddleheads because it was coming down through the wet area. That's almost kind of a trail. I mean, to my eye anyway. Okay, here we go. Yeah, no, here's a, I don't know if you can see like an impression. Looking to see if I can see any bite marks or, yeah, I don't know if this is it, but that's a little dry, so it might not be fresh. Yeah, see here too. I don't know. I'm not a very good tracker at all. I've not practiced my skills. But it looks like there's some, you know, another push down there maybe. It came right through here. It was chilling out right here by this tree when I saw it the second time. And it went up over that way. And so I was just standing just right up over there. I know it looks far on the GoPro, but that's you throw a stone there easy. So yeah, maybe some tracks, but yeah, pretty fun adventure so far. Alright, so I'm going to try another one here. Tried that charcoal and it did not work. Could not get it to go even with a lighter. So a little surprised by that. I wasn't able to get it going. But so I have another item that I always carry with me. And I've done this when I was a child, but I haven't done this in a while. So I thought I'd come out and test this particular piece of gear. So just a super cheap little magnifying lens. Don't even know where I picked it up at, but and I'll fast forward through a lot of this for you, but I wanted to come out and just see how to build a little sort of wind protection deal here to, let's see if I can get this to work. It's a nice sunny day, perfect conditions. See what happens. Had a little smoke there for a sec. It's hard to look at though, so I had to kind of close my eyes. I was kind of moving the magnifying glass back and forth just a little bit to see, trying to get the perfect 90 degrees to the sun, and then my tinder's not very, it's awfully fluffy. Maybe if I poke it down a little bit I can get it, yeah, more precise. That little cone was just so spread out, it wasn't hitting good material. So I can get smoke, but can I get fire? Can I get enough of a coal to work with? So for this you definitely want dry tinder. I could definitely get a piece of char cloth going and get a tinder bundle going from that. But if you didn't have char cloth, let me work on my tinder and come back to this, because we're making headway, but we're not. You can see we just burned, it's charred a little bit, but it's like as soon as a little bit would burn, it would stop because
it burned up where the focal point was. So I just got to get a finer, denser material, I think. I think something like pocket lint would be good. Like you want a really, really fine material. Almost like powder, I think, would work good, because you have just such a small area. Just don't want to burn a hole in my rag here. And I can see as I'm looking at this thing, I got a little spot in my eye, so was trying to be careful to not burn up my retinas. Burn up my eyeballs by closing one eye and not just staring at that bright light all the time. Gotta be careful of your eyes, careful of your body. I wasn't really careful with mine, and it's starting to really show. So word to the wise there. All right, let's make a nice sort of dense little thing, see if we can get that going. This is why it's good to come out and practice stuff and not just leave it for the night. Just be like, oh yeah, I saw a YouTube video on how to do this, so I know I can do it. Like that's hubris, that's arrogance, that's something we all do. All right, let's try another material. Let's try the char cloth. Don't need a big piece, don't want to waste it. It's just an experiment. See, the char cloth works, but the charcoal doesn't. I would have thought it was different. Yeah, piece of cake. Char cloth takes right off. Look at that. So that didn't take but just a few seconds, and I got that char cloth started right away. And if I'm really practiced with my tinder bundle technique, so I know if I can get a coal like that, I can get a fire with it. Proved that in the last video, and I've done it hundreds of times. And so don't know if you can really see that it's going there or not, but get it a little closer here. Without killing it. But yep, it's burning. All right, so now,
Whoa.
yeah.
So now the journey continues to see if I can find a material that I can easily get a fire started with a magnifying glass. That'll be my project for right now. So I saw them out here yesterday when I was coming in. They were burning. I used to actually do this for a living. It's really cool to see that they're taking care of the state forest in such a good way. Fire is an integral part of land management, and it's really important that it's done and done well. And so I'm glad to see that they're out here doing it. So this is Clayton Beach in St. Croix State Park. Wish it was fishing season and wish I could fish with my arm. But we can come down here and check it out anyway. It looks like it's got a nice swim beach, a little beach area. I'm going to bring the kiddos down. But it seems to have a pretty nice little picnic area over here too, so we'll have to go over and check that out. Seems like a pretty nice spot for a little picnic down here. The wind's picking up, so I hope that's not too bad, but here's where they got the wood. And everything opens up, I think, tomorrow. Turn the water on, so they just have self-registration. But this is what they got for now. It works out just fine. And all the wood's in here. It's pricey, but it works. Mix of pine and oak. I do not know what that is. Some sort of vine in the pea family. By the flower shape. It's got little tendrils, but I do not know what that is. I think that might be skunk cabbage. And we've got some really nice fiddleheads here. Early season fiddleheads, just starting to open up. And a little woodland anemone. And wild leek. It's our good friend Woolly Bear. He's just a little one, but glad to see it made it through the season. Watch where I'm walking. Ever since I jumped off that ATV with the water pack on and rolled my right ankle real good, like a real good roll, because I had 40 pounds of weight on, it hasn't quite been the same. That's my excuse. But so how's this for conquering your fear? Kind of proud of myself. So headed back down there again. I went down here multiple times today and even went and hiked through the whole place, did some video and stuff. I'm definitely more conscious, more aware. Got my awareness up, but yeah, now I'm down here looking for him because I want to get the rest of the footage I missed. Not in a selfish way, of course, but just curious if it's going to come back through this evening. Thought I might come down here and hang out for a little bit and look and see. That's got to be bear eating skunk cabbage there. Little friend the bear. There he goes, running across. Yeah, it's just a little guy. But yeah, it just plopped down right over here, right by my camp. Wow, what a journey. So we're actually getting a little bit of rain here. Wasn't really expecting that. It was supposed to be a dry trip, but we'll have to see if I can nail those eggs over easy in the morning. I don't know. Harder than it looks on a fire.
Thank you for joining me for this journey today. It is a joy to share my love of nature with you. I hope it has inspired you to, in whatever way you can, big or small, get out there and enjoy nature.